Meet Jacqueline Efia Akpatibia, a prodigy who discovered her purpose in life very early.
I remember one time a student from Legon came to school. I hadn't finished BC, but then a student from Achimota who was now in Legon and studying pharmacy came to school, and he met my teacher. And my teacher saw him and was like, "Do you want to do pharmacy?" And that was the first time I actually heard of pharmacy. So I went to research about it with my parents. So when I was trying to apply into Legon, I went through and I saw that pharmacy was actually a good option. It was something that was interesting.
For a lifetime success, the recommendation is for one to choose education anytime. The alternative, as it is said, would be a temporary success. Jacqueline is one person who realized this very early when she was growing up, as her mother tells us. This reflected in her basic education certificate examination.
Any area of academic challenge that you give Jacqueline, she will excel. God is someone who came to Achimota School with aggregate 7 from a public school. Not a private school, a public school aggregate 7. But she is so simple, very ordinary, very unassuming. So you will not see that clamor or arrogance or pride in her. She's a very simple, down-to-earth young lady.
Jacqueline maintained the same standard throughout her days at Achimota School as a science student. And from her West African Senior School certificate examination, it became clear she knew what she was about.
I had 7 A's and a B after completing.
And she never smiled at me when she told me she had gotten the 7 A's because she knew I wasn't going to be happy with it. She was an all 8A student. Maybe somewhere along the line, these challenges came in and she had to underperform in one of the subjects. But she deserves 8 A's.
One thing my parents used to tell me was that they couldn't afford for a resit. So I knew I could not afford any remedial, so I had to make it once and for all. So it always kept me up. I knew I had to study and then make good grades for them.
Her parents were spot on. What to eat is a problem. How much more spending the little they had on a receipt?
Rebecca Kusiani Senina na Esikasem. Say na Bribi de Nankanema ye kakra, but a bedu bibia na financial problem and koy papa bayarme and casa sosa. Intina fina near beya bit me and yes can be na a dear boana mana coskun na a idea a dimpa.
She had an aim, so Jacqueline pressed on towards the goal and she won the prize.
Let me not use the word good. She was an excellent student. Well, in my department, she was like a personal teaching assistant, in that I could direct students who are not too strong to go to her for further explanations on some concepts in my department.
The entire Achimota School had no choice but to celebrate her.
In fact, she was awarded. So all 7A students were invited into the school for the awards. That is what Achimota School does. 8A students are supposed to be awarded. 6A students are supposed to be awarded. So she was part of the 7As and a B, and so she came for her award.
Yes, she received the prize, but that wasn't the only thing she needed. Getting into the university to read Doctor of Pharmacy was her goal.
No na ihu say e wona adwem o kan bia so opese obo nipa e bi wo hokra me sheda kire edwuma bia e bia na metimi di testing hu say ampa na o kan enu ano ya me hu say enu a say obeye dru na ode aboa agi nipa nkwan enu ana na eda na akoma so.
With no money and no support from any quarters and with other younger siblings being catered for, Jacqueline was on the verge of abandoning her childhood dream of pursuing pharmacy. She stayed home for 1 year after senior high school in search of help.
We couldn't afford financing me and then also financing my siblings at the same time, so I had to stay home. After I finished school, I worked for about 2 months in a primary school, Franceland School, that was in my area. And then later, I moved into a water company. That's where I worked till I began school.
Me pama de enti bra ayesa no na se me engage no se be ya na dwen ne wura hopi enti oho a me ka chen se omra na internet shop na pama de kakra.
Good results, no support, no home. A heartbreaking moment for Jacqueline.
My physics teacher decided to pay for my the forms into university. He was offering to pay, but I knew even if he paid and I got into school, I couldn't pay for any fees. It really hurt me. I was just wishing there was a way I could get out of it. And staying home for a year, having your friends say they are going to school, it all made me sad. So I knew it was totally impossible. I was just planning on learning a job, a trade or something.
Sana na say ni ayedi obetini fi. Say na me sign sample from kite sika enya ade a oba no. Wa wo sika kra no. Omo kra no ebi wo ho a ese omo kwa de won to nchen. Na kan person ya ye ni bi nti na ni da so ni de. Nasa.
When push came to shove, her parents had to go knocking on the doors with her results for help. One of such knocks got those fantastic results leaked on the internet.
But I didn't even know he had posted it until some days later, and I found it out. I was actually happy though. Well, the fact that me not being able to finance my school, my parents not being able to finance my school was a bit sad, but when I read the comments under his post, people saying how well I had done, I just was so happy that at least they could know that it wasn't, I had done something, it wasn't really my fault. So that kind of made me happy.
The results went viral and caught the attention of the Gnpc Foundation, and the process to dry the tears of this family started.
Almost everything we do here is to revive a dead situation to a live situation. Simply put, that's what we do here. Things look so impossible, and we make it possible all the time. That's actually what drives the foundation and what we do. So I'm not surprised almost everyone is mentioning this statement that we become a live wire and all that. That's exactly what we are here to do.
Especially when government introduced the free education, we realized that a lot of our students from the SHS could not afford to go to university. Even right now, supporting them, some of them, basic things like trunks and books, they have to rely on other people. So that is why the foundation decided, first and foremost, to tackle education and give scholarship to as many of our students as possible.
And truly, this near-dead situation suddenly received life. Just one call from the right source changed the narrative of this family.
I was always waiting for a call to confirm if I had gotten acceptance, and when I got it, I was very happy. But my mom, she cried. She really cried that day. She prayed like she was so happy. My parents were so happy. My siblings would just be roaming about in the room saying I had got a scholarship. Like everybody was so happy. It was something that I didn't really expect. I knew I had done well, but I didn't know if I could gain the sponsorship. So getting it was one of the most exciting days of my life.
Bro, so be hwe me wa ha. Se mi hwiri nkosuru, se mi hwiri mba fomo. Na eno ani se mi su. Se na nka menim se me ba ne die. Asa.
No kwasem ne se me hwe sika Gnpc e de boa abofra yi e wo ne dwumadie mu. Se ye ka se nka me mfa mra nne na on fi school ase a nka enye yie. Ene na nka ye ntimi nye bibia moa. E wo me se na on ko school no wodidi de ene nso ko school a wodidi. Na nso sika sem a wode be ye yese nyema school fees ne books ne nyema bebre no. Ka me ko fa no wahi. De bia be ma eka ada enim ukobo besian so a be den se benya sa besian no enti we ni de me hu se amaye yese eyi ade so akese afri enso.
In fact, I got this message only this week, so I am more happier than her. Then she told me that she's in school Then I said, wow, happy. How? How is daddy coping with that? She said she's in school. She'll tell me the story later. And that was all.
The time is now, and the story is ready to be told.
Now my tuition is covered, my accommodation is also covered, and I'm also getting stipend from Gnpc, and that is more than enough for me, because without those things I don't know how school would have been. I don't really have to bother about when my fees are going to be paid and money I would need. Like, everything is covered. So Gnpc has really helped me and has also reduced the burden on my parents. At least now they can focus on my younger siblings and other things that we need at home. So Gnpc is really helping me.
Say thank you, Gnpc. You have done so well. You have saved a leader who is coming to fix part of the problems of this nation. And I can bet my last peso that this girl will do very well to make you proud.
The offer of scholarships that Gnpc gives is an extremely important lifeline to the success and the future of so many brilliant young people who otherwise would end up either on the streets or in the way that we found our friend.
The
stories that I followed, sometimes if you are not careful, you become so emotional that you might even shed tears. But that is a reality, and that is exactly what Gnpc Foundation is out there to do.
Pharmacy is indeed a difficult program. Yes, Jacqueline admits, but she says it is fun.
It's tough, honestly, but then it's interesting to know that you would be able to come out and then do something for your people. Sometimes I learn a few things about drugs, how you are supposed to take it. I go home and I'm so proud to be able to tell it to my parents and tell it to my relatives, how to check your pulse. I'm able to check, like, it's very interesting, but tough. I mean, you expect every course to be tough, but then I'm really enjoying studying pharmacy.
I am excited that Gnpc, of all the things that it does, also has found space and resources to support young people to be able to achieve their dreams.
And we are very sure that given any opportunity anywhere, Jacqueline will excel. Let's follow this and see the number of students that will get first class in pharmacy from University of Ghana. We can be sure that Jacqueline will be part of the top 10. That you can assure you. Jacqueline is a good material, very good material. You may take her from even the pharmacy and send her to law school. Jacqueline will excel.
I was trying to find the duration of your sponsorship. And I said, this girl will travel you through her doctorate. So get ready. Yes, that's how I know Efia today.
Jacqueline's teachers really know her.
I'm committed to always putting in my best effort to be able to come out clean. I don't want to drop out anywhere. I want to be able to come out as a good pharmacist and be able to work very well in the society.
Now, the journey to turn the fortunes of this family around has started, thanks to the Ghana National Petroleum Corporation Foundation, and this Jacqueline's father still finds it difficult to believe.
I said that na yedema won. Yeni Agyapong say omo ye bibisa e de boa yen, e de boa Ghanafo, e de boa obia. Na me hye won bo. Ti se ne ye ka no, se say abofra na nkasa ope, be se obo obia anti. Bra obia boa ono nso no. Me hye won bo se bibia timi kototin na otimi wie ne school na. Omo anso mo hu se omo boa obia, ode emo etisa etre mu de ko ba bia. Ebetimi aba mpo se sesi ayi esane se edro ye ho asem a oye Gnpc mpanimfo ne baako ka meni beje pass ni beje pass ya dako uma kwa tunu hospital awa ma o dro wabo o atom
when I see young people who are frustrated and are constrained, cannot pay their fees, I see exactly the young Baule who many years ago could not pay his fees, who many years ago some institution came through, and who today is the dean of the business school. So you are looking at the next dean of law, you are looking at the next, head of pharmacy in Kolebu, or WHO, excellent staff and all of that. You are looking at the next, manager of a bank. You are looking at the next president. You are looking at the next vice chancellor. You are looking at the next generation of people who will take care of us.
But for Gnpc and its foundation,
and the idea is that because we are a technical institution, the idea is to help some of these people who have the potential, but due to economic challenges may not be able to realize their potential. And who knows, probably another 10, 20 years down the line, some of them will be sitting here as the chief executive of the organization. But that's the whole focus. I mean, in most countries, scholarships are given to help needy but smart or brilliant students to help them realize their potential. And Gnpc Foundation is basically about that.
Thanks to Gnpc, Jacqueline can also share the same space with the affluent in society. A level playing field has been provided, and she is bent on shocking the world.
Thank you. Thank you is like all I can say. I don't know what else to say. I'm so grateful for everything you've done for me. I know that you are spending thousands of cedis on me every semester, and it must be hard for it to come out. But then I'm not going to let it go to waste. I'm going to put in every effort that I can to make sure that you see that your money has been put to good use. I'm so grateful.
At Gnpc, we empower dreams to impact lives.